The United Launch Alliance, ULA, a leading provider of space launch solutions for both government and private sectors, is on the verge of another groundbreaking mission. Their new Vulcan Centaur rocket, designed to replace the aging Atlas V and Delta IV, represents the future of space travel, more efficient, cost-effective, and capable of handling more complex missions. Vulcan Centaur's second mission, called CERT-2, is no ordinary test. This launch is a critical step in the certification process that will make the rocket eligible for national security missions for the U.S. Space Force. The mission aims to evaluate the performance of Vulcan Centaur in preparation for real-world operations. Why certification matters. Certifying a rocket for government missions is no easy feat. It involves rigorous testing to ensure reliability, safety, and precision. The CERT-2 mission will provide ULA with the data needed to prove that Vulcan Centaur is ready for action and capable of handling high-stakes, high-profile national security tasks. The first test flight, known as CERT-1, took place in January and achieved significant milestones, including the successful launch of the private Peregrine lunar lander into Earth orbit. However, despite the rocket's flawless performance, not everything went according to plan. While the Vulcan Centaur soared, the Peregrine lander suffered a propellant leak after separating from the Centaur V upper stage, ultimately leading to its controlled destruction in Earth's atmosphere. The setback highlighted the complexity of space missions and underscored the need for continued testing. After months of preparation, the Vulcan Centaur is poised for its second flight. On October 2, ULA and the U.S. Space Force conducted a Launch Readiness Review, LRR, a critical meeting to assess the status of the rocket, mission assets, and pre-launch operations. This review is one of the final steps before any major launch, ensuring that all systems are go and that there are no technical or logistical issues that could derail the mission. During the LRR, leaders from both ULA and the Space Force carefully evaluated the readiness of the rocket and payload, discussed the countdown and flight procedures, and examined the weather forecast, which showed a 75% chance of favorable conditions for launch day. By the end of the meeting, senior officials gave their approval, officially declaring the mission ready for liftoff. This confirmation comes as a major milestone, paving the way for Vulcan Centaur's next critical test. The CERT-2 mission is scheduled to launch from Space Launch Complex 41, SLC-41, at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The launch window opens at 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 10 o'clock GMT, on October 4th and extends for 3 hours. Timing is crucial in space missions, and the window represents the period in which the rocket must launch to achieve optimal conditions for its trajectory and mission objectives. Weather plays a major role in determining whether a launch can proceed. Conditions like wind speed, cloud cover, and lightning potential are closely monitored in the days leading up to the launch. With a 75% chance of favorable conditions, the team remains optimistic, though they remain prepared for the possibility of delays if Mother Nature doesn't cooperate. An essential part of pre-launch activities was the successful completion of a wet dress rehearsal on October 1st. This involves fueling the Vulcan Centaur rocket, simulating a full countdown, and then safely draining the fuel afterward. This test is designed to mimic real launch conditions without actually igniting the engines, allowing the team to identify any potential issues with the fueling or countdown processes. ULA's CEO, Tory Bruno, expressed his confidence in the readiness of the rocket, stating that the rehearsal went very, very well, per plan. This successful dry run gives the team confidence that all systems are functioning as expected, bringing the Vulcan Centaur one step closer to its second flight. The CERT-2 mission is not just another test flight, it's a significant leap toward the future of space exploration. If this mission succeeds, the Vulcan Centaur will be officially certified for use in national security missions, opening the door to a wide array of future endeavors. ULA is preparing the Vulcan Centaur to be the next workhorse rocket for high-profile missions, both for the U.S. Space Force and commercial clients. The certification will allow Vulcan Centaur to take on crucial tasks such as launching national security payloads, reconnaissance satellites, and other sensitive missions. As the U.S. Space Force aims to enhance its capabilities in space, a reliable, cutting-edge rocket like Vulcan Centaur becomes essential. The success of CERT-2 will mark the beginning of Vulcan's transition from testing to fully operational status, potentially reshaping how the U.S. approaches space security. The Vulcan Centaur brings with it a host of new technologies that set it apart from previous rockets. One of the standout features is its high efficiency and increased payload capacity, allowing it to handle more complex missions with greater precision. It's designed to be more cost-effective, meeting the demands of modern space exploration while maintaining flexibility to support a variety of missions, from lunar landers to large satellite deployments. ULA's ambition is to make Vulcan Centaur a staple in both government and commercial launches, making space more accessible to various industries. It represents a transition toward a more sustainable future in space, where private and public sectors collaborate to push the boundaries of what's possible. Beyond the immediate goal of national security missions, ULA has its sights set on future exploration. The Vulcan Centaur is poised to play a critical role in NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the Moon and eventually send them to Mars. The rocket's ability to carry large payloads makes it an ideal candidate for launching lunar and Mars-bound equipment. Its advanced cryogenic propulsion systems could be used to fuel deep space missions, ensuring the next generation of explorers has the tools they need to go farther than ever before. Additionally, commercial missions are on the horizon. Vulcan Centaur is expected to attract a range of clients, including those from the private sector looking to launch communication satellites, scientific instruments, or even space tourism ventures. ULA is planning to launch 20 missions per year by 2025, half of which will use the Vulcan Centaur, while the rest will rely on the aging but reliable Atlas V. The Vulcan Centaur is more than just a rocket, it's a symbol of how far the space industry has come and where it's headed. With its cutting-edge technology, efficiency, and versatility, it's expected to reduce the cost of access to space while increasing the frequency and reliability of missions. This could lead to breakthroughs in satellite communication, scientific research, and human exploration. ULA's commitment to innovation positions Vulcan Centaur as a cornerstone for the future of space exploration. Its successful deployment could pave the way for more ambitious projects, like asteroid mining, permanent lunar bases, or even manned missions to Mars. The impact of this rocket extends beyond Earth's orbit, potentially reshaping our understanding of space and what humanity can achieve within it. The CERT-1 mission in January marked the Vulcan Centaur's first test flight, and while it was considered a major success, it came with challenges. The rocket itself performed exceptionally well, successfully launching the Peregrine lunar lander into orbit. ULA's CEO, Tory Bruno, described it as the cleanest first launch he had ever witnessed, a high compliment for such a complex mission. However, despite the rocket's flawless performance, things didn't go entirely as planned. After separating from the rocket's Centaur V upper stage, Peregrine experienced a propellant leak, which led to its controlled destruction upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. This incident was a stark reminder of how even small technical issues can have significant impacts in space exploration. From CERT-1, ULA gathered valuable insights that are being applied to future missions, including CERT-2. This flight is an opportunity to further test and refine the Vulcan Centaur before it begins carrying critical national security payloads. Initially, CERT-2 was set to launch with Sierra Space's Dream Chaser, a robotic spaceplane designed to transport cargo to the International Space Station. However, Dream Chaser wasn't ready in time, and instead of delaying the mission, ULA decided to move forward with a mass simulator. This inert payload will mimic the weight of a real spacecraft, allowing ULA to test how the Vulcan Centaur handles a full load, while gathering crucial data with additional instruments on board to track the rocket's performance throughout the mission. Even though there is no paying customer for this flight, ULA has heavily invested in CERT-2. According to Bruno, the mission costs fall within the high tens of millions of dollars. This significant financial investment shows ULA's commitment to ensuring the Vulcan Centaur is fully operational before embarking on higher-stakes missions. The stakes are high. The rocket is expected to take on vital national security missions in the near future, and CERT-2's success is essential to prove its readiness. the pressure is mounting as the Vulcan Centaur is set to support critical operations for the U.S. Space Force, which includes launching surveillance satellites and other key payloads that ensure national security. A failure in CERT-2 could lead to costly delays and raise concerns about whether the Vulcan Centaur is truly prepared for operational flights. However, ULA's confidence in the rocket remains strong. The team has implemented all the lessons learned from CERT-1 and equipped CERT-2 with extra monitoring systems to ensure that the flight delivers as much data as possible. CERT-2 will be a pivotal moment for ULA and the Vulcan Centaur program. If successful, the rocket will move beyond its testing phase and into full operational status, enabling it to support a wide range of missions for both the U.S. government and commercial clients. The Dream Chaser will also eventually fly on the Vulcan Centaur in a future mission, but for now, the primary focus is on proving that the rocket is ready for the complex tasks ahead. In conclusion, the CERT-2 mission is more than just a test flight. It represents a critical step toward establishing the Vulcan Centaur as a reliable, high-performing rocket capable of supporting the most demanding space missions. ULA's decision to push forward with a modified payload configuration underlines their commitment to refining their technology and delivering a proven, dependable solution for future launches. With CERT-2, the Vulcan Centaur is one step closer to becoming a key player in the next era of space exploration. Looking ahead, the Vulcan Centaur is poised to play a pivotal role in both national security missions and commercial space ventures. If CERT-2 succeeds, ULA will be one step closer to fully integrating this next-generation rocket into its operations, including two critical Space Force missions, USSF-106 and USSF-87, scheduled before the end of the year. ULA plans to launch up to 20 missions in 2025, with half utilizing the Vulcan Centaur and the other half relying on the Atlas V, its predecessor. One highly anticipated future mission involves the Dream Chaser spaceplane, which will make its debut on the Vulcan Centaur once ready. This reusable spacecraft will help transport cargo to the International Space Station, further expanding the rocket's versatility. ULA's ongoing commitment to innovation and flexibility means that Vulcan Centaur is not only a game-changer for national security but also for commercial partnerships that aim to push humanity further into space. As the Vulcan Centaur edges closer to becoming the backbone of U.S. space security and beyond, it's clear that the future of space exploration hinges on innovation and reliability. Stay connected with ULA's progress and witness history in the making, where each mission propels us closer to a new frontier. The next leap in space exploration is happening now, and it's only the beginning. Will you be watching as humanity reaches new heights?